Have you ever been intimidated to fight taller, bigger, and stronger guys? I know you have. We all have, including me, even to this day. Like, I'm very transparent about it. It's pretty intimidating, but it gets less intimidating when you've learned the tools to be able to handle taller, bigger, stronger fighters. And in today's video, I'm gonna show you exactly the tools and how to do that. Alright guys, my name's Chris. Welcome back to Sicat Kickboxing Club. If you haven't done so yet, please subscribe. And after this video, please like the video only if you got value out of it. And also, share this video that wants to learn the art of kickboxing. It's literally my goal and my purpose to share the art of kickboxing. And even though people are intimidated to do so, I just want to let people know that anyone can learn the art of kickboxing. You don't have to compete. You can do it for health reasons. You can do it, just, I don't know, to feel cool about yourself. Like, it doesn't matter to feel confident about yourself, to lose weight. So there's all these benefits. Also, check out my podcast. Guys, very important, because I have high-level fighters to everyday practitioners, to hobbyists that regular people work regular jobs, that do the art of kickboxing. They even spar, right? And there's a great way to do that. So listen in on the podcast to get more information, all right? I'll click the show links down below. Now, I've always been intimidated, as you know from my other videos. I've always been intimidated as a kid in high school of stronger, bigger people, right? I hung around with the jocks, and even then, I was the smallest guy in the room. So it'd be oh man, this guy could completely pick me up and drop me on my face if he really wanted to, right? And obviously that's before I started training. Yes, I did a little bit of boxing, but the thing is, it gave me false confidence, because I'd take some cardio kickboxing class, and then I'd talk about it, I'd talk about it with my friends. And I'd be yeah, that don't train. I'd be yeah, I took a boxing class, and I did pretty well against, the instructor and my coaches. When really, I wasn't really doing anything. I was just doing it to show off and just talk shit. So I don't know what was going on. But, in high school, I wasn't the straight edge kid, right? I wasn't the guy that, oh yeah, let's, get to college. I wanna be a doctor. I was a troublemaker. And being a troublemaker, what comes with that is that you get into a lot of situations that you probably shouldn't be getting into, that you're not equipped to handle, right? It's just because of ego. And the thing is that I was always a feisty kid. It's just I didn't have the tools to back it up, right? And it was but it was a self-delusion. It's exactly like someone watching boxing, and all of a sudden they think they can imitate Floyd Mayweather, and all of a sudden they see red, and then they think they can just go and mess everyone up. All right, that was me. Okay, full disclosure. But as soon as I started learning martial arts, I started to fight with the idea of or should I say, I started focusing on how to fight stronger, bigger fighters, because it's always been on my mind, right? It's not the ones that were at my size, and mind you, I'm 5'5", so not very tall, but I wasn't intimidated with those guys at my size. I know some people are bigger and stronger, but I was really intimidated with those guys that were way taller than me, way stronger, right? Like I said, you got those 5'8", 6 foot jocks that played football in high school. So when I grew up a little bit, I started dialing in. That's all I could think about. It's kind of guerrilla warfare style, right? Expose their weaknesses and use your strengths, right? Use what you can to be able to combat that, right? What is the tactic and strategies that I can use to be able to fight stronger, bigger guys? This is what I found. I'm gonna get into it. So the thing is that this is the obvious, but we're all about the basics here, and there's no complicated science to it. You just have to practice it and get good at these tools to be able to execute. I know a lot of people, they have natural talent, but that's a very small amount of a lot of people, right? Like you think it is, but your brain's messing with you. It's not really talent, it's a lot of hard work. So when I'm fighting taller and bigger guys, this again may seem obvious, but my coach and others had to point it out to me for me to get used to this concept. So what I'm talking about is that, and I'm gonna show you on the big boy bag here, my 7-foot tall bag, big sexy, big daddy over here, okay? So what I'm talking about is hitting the body. I made a video that how to drop bigger, taller opponents, but the thing is that you're not gonna drop bigger and stronger opponents all the time. Usually when you're fighting someone or when you're sparring someone or being in a competitive match, you have to figure that you're gonna go the distance. I know everyone wants to see a knockout. I know you wanna go for the knockout. I know you want a highlight reel, but usually, take it from me, most of the time that doesn't happen. Usually when you got two skilled fighters with the same skill sets and the same weight class with same strengths, you usually kind of have to grind them out, meaning you're going the distance, right? And when you're fighting someone taller at the same weight, the thing is that the most obvious one is to go for the body. Like I said, I did another video on how to drop, and it's to the liver right here. Sorry, right here. Okay, I'm kind of confusing my sides, but right here, right? But the thing is that that's a very specific goal to have. When I talk about being in it for the long run, well, you have to grind it out to the body. So that means that if I'm hitting this bag, I'm constantly, okay, I'm fighting him, right? I'm gauging my distance, I'm trying to come in, but I'm gonna focus on exactly like around his torso, his liver, his kidney, around his body part. So I'm gonna go boom, 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 boom. I'm gonna keep going back to it. Now, the caveat is that you don't want to dip your head too low, because this is the art of kickboxing, and guess what? You might get kneed in the face, which is like the worst thing, one of the worst things that could happen, because you're going towards the momentum of their knee. So I want to get that out first because it's very important. I want to keep you guys protected. That's my main priority, okay? I know we're in it. I know that we're bound to get in the face, but look, listen, you have to protect yourself. So in the body, I'll kind of won't dip too low, but I'll change levels, right? I'll just change levels up to here and then go for the body, right? And then I can go for the liver shot here, and then here, and then here, back over here. Now, the reason that you want to go for the body is because I'm gonna tell you a little secret, okay, that even till this day, intermediates aren't very aware of. They're only aware of it subconsciously, but it's good to know these things consciously. So when we're fighting, right, boom, 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 and then you're hitting them in the body, most people, even short to long fighters, it doesn't matter, they usually headhunt. Okay, very important. This is the whole point of like this video. This is if you take anything out of this video, it's that people usually headhunt, which means they try to go for the knockout shot, they try to go for the chin, they try to go anywhere in the face, because that's what they were taught to do. That's what they were taught to do. And I've seen a lot of coaches as a student kind of tell me this, but then there are just some coaches that will give you that epiphany, right? That light bulb moment that you're like, wait a minute, if most people headhunt, okay, most likely people are gonna have a defense for that. Meaning, if I'm going for the head, look, they already know that, so they're gonna expect that, so they're gonna move their head, they're gonna parry, they're gonna block the shots to the head, right? They're gonna be mainly focused on the head shots, okay? That's why, especially as a shorter fighter going against a taller fighter, right? It's obvious, but again, we're all about the basics over here. So you have to hit them to the body. You have to hit them to the body. Why? because that opens up the head, okay? When you start grinding out to the body, right? You're going to the body, and then when they start feeling it a little bit, you're, like I said, you're in it for the long haul now, right? You're grinding them out now, and then that body is starting to hurt. And even if, you have a chance to even hit him in the liver, right? Or hit him here in the torso to knock the wind out of him. That happens all the time, okay? It's not just the liver shot that drops them. If you hit them here hard enough, they're gonna do that. And then that's your means to get in. You smell blood in the water, and then you go in for the kill. So my point is that when you grind out to the body, guess what? They're gonna start going to the body, and look how low their hands go, right? And then they have to block it, because if they take enough damage in the body, they're done. They're getting dropped. Because I guarantee you, if you go enough times to the body, you'll probably end up hitting a liver, and especially with your training, you're gonna end up hitting them somewhere where like it just hurts and they can't go any further. But the whole point is that to hit them in the body, so that when you hit them in the body, right, their hands start dropping. Not only that, but look, right? Look at this posture. So they're dropping their hands. Look, you have the means to go this way, you have the means to go that way, hit them in the temple. But now, when you hit them to the body, you can actually go up with an uppercut. Now, I know that's not like the whole point of this video. The whole point of this video is to hit them in the body as a shorter fighter, right? But then you could start mixing it up, and I'll make another video about this. But just for a little bit of preview, look, if I start hitting them to the body, and then they're getting hurt, they're like, Now they have to back up, and guess what happens when they back up, okay? What happens when they back up is that they posture up, right? They posture up. So that means when they posture up, right? Boom, you hit them with an uppercut. And then when they posture up, you can start hitting them to the body again and then throw leg kicks because they're postured up. That means that they're standing tall, right? And now you could go back to the body and just grind out the body. And then the same pattern goes. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. Now, I know people in the comments are gonna be like, well, what if they do this? What if they do that? Well, I don't know, I wouldn't do that. It's fighting. It's fighting. I get it. We have to adjust to our circumstances. The things that I'm showing you isn't just one way. You have to adapt to circumstances, okay? Keep that in mind before you comment down below. But comment down below because I want to know your thoughts. But I do get the fact that every fight situation is different. Even if I go to the body, well, what if they hook you to the right? I understand that. Those are for other videos, right? Which I'm going to make. But for now, keep yourself protected. Keep your hands up as you go into the body. Boom, back, 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 right? And then you're gonna know once they start feeling the body shots just because of their reaction. Look, it's hard to have a poker face, right? Most fighters, they don't want it. It's a poker face. They don't want for you to see the reaction on their face, right? Because that's a tell-all that they're getting tired and they're getting beat up. So usually they'll kind of have this thing. But my point is that it's hard for them to get a poker face when you're just grinding out the body. Like, it's just, like you're gonna hear even that when you hit them hard enough. And again, when you start doing that and they're gonna crunch down, because you can tell just instinctually in how they're reacting to go up top now. They're going, go up top, right? Boom, up top. They stand tall, grind out the body again, and then do the same thing over. When they start catching on, again, I completely get the fact that when they start catching on, yeah, you have to adjust. You can't do the same thing over and over. It's fighting, right? It's a game of inches. We have to learn to adapt, right, to our circumstances. That's why you gotta watch my other videos to learn all that stuff, like, so that you have it in your tool belt, right? So you have all the ways to jab, ways to cross, ways to go to the liver shot when you're fighting a stronger, taller guy, right? There's different tools that you can use for different circumstances. That's why we make all these videos, for you to put all of those tools together, okay? Again, I'm gonna go over it one more time. So if I'm fighting a taller fighter and I know that I'm focusing just on the body, but I'm gonna throw some feints with that to be able to throw to the body. Very, very important, but that's a causation for, or that's another video within itself, okay? To like feint and then go to the body. That's why now we're putting all these things together. So I'll do it with feints, okay? Watch. This is my entry to that, right? Say he's big sexy over here in my bag. He's 7 feet tall, right? Just picture he's 7 feet tall, look. Okay? I'm gonna feint, right? I'm gonna do this. Kind of like doing this in high school, but I'm gonna feint the jab so that he puts his hands up. And now look, when he puts his hands up, look. You know how much that hurts if I get a clean shot at the body? You know how much that hurts? I know how much it hurts because I've felt it, right? So I'm gonna go here, I'm gonna feint, boom. I'm gonna work the head a little bit, and then it's time for me to go downstairs. Boom, boom, and then back up, then downstairs. But the main goal, I can go upstairs and I can go downstairs, but the main goal is to hit the body. Well, number one, because you're at that level already. Number two, it hurts, it exposes the head just to go over it a little bit. And then, not only are you going to the body, but you could even go leg kicks, right? Boom, boom. And that's a whole nother level within itself. Now you're going to the lower part of the body, which they also have to think about as a taller fighter, right? So, yeah guys, I mean, that's the key, all right? There's other ways to do it. Again, when you're in a fight, you have to adjust according to what they do. So it's not a one-stop shop to just keep doing it when they're kneeing you in the face, changing levels. Yeah, you have to adjust to the circumstance. That's why there's tools, tricks in my other videos to get them to guard up and then go to the body. Guard up, go to the body. Oh, they figured out how to go to the body. Go to the head, go back to the body, low kick, right? And it's all repetitions, guys. Don't get discouraged. It takes repetitions, and it takes for your synapses in your brain to pretty much connect everything together, okay? Like, that's what we're here for. Like I have in my studio, we're never arrived, we're always becoming, all right? I'm never to the point where I'm the best in the world, far from it, don't get it twisted. A lot of people can mess me up, all right? Like, if I saw John Jones right now, I'm not delusional, okay? But my point is even with John Jones, he knows that he has to keep working at this. He's the best in the world, he's pound for pound, one of the GOATs, right? But he doesn't stop training because he knows that if he ever gets complacent, he's not gonna get as sharp as he wants to, and like in my video, he's gonna get hit up in the body and then go to the head and get knocked out. So yeah, thank you for watching, guys. Again, don't forget to like this video only if you got value out of it. Don't forget to subscribe. I love doing these videos. I've been coaching for years. I just love teaching. I just love teaching in general. And also, like I said, share this with anyone that wants to learn the art of kickboxing. It's for everyone, right? I know it's more of like a male dominant channel, but it's for everyone, right? I'm 40 years old now, and that's anyone could do it. Like I'm still healthy and strong, like I'm healthy and strong as ever, and that's gonna keep continuing to be in my 60s. I feel better than ever. Even before, I mean, this is no joke. I feel better than ever, even when I was 25 years old. Like, I feel better now than I was at 25 years old because I know a lot more. I know more about hip mobility. I know about more about kickboxing in general. I know how to avoid hits that can really mess me up in my brain, right? So there's a lot of wisdom in that. But anyway, don't forget to check out the podcast. Check out the show notes down below, and I'll see you on the next one.